Hello, my name is Bill Cooper, your host for Toro's Operator Safety Series. Today, we'll be taking a look at the Toro Pro-Core 648 aerator. When operating this aerator, it's extremely important that you keep safety in mind. Read the operator's manual, located here under the steering handle. The manual includes detailed instructions on safety, operation, and maintenance. This video isn't a substitute for a thorough reading of the manual. When operating the Toro Pro-Core 648, it's important to wear substantial leather shoes or work boots. Avoid any loose-fitting clothing or jewelry that could get caught in moving parts. Hard hats, safety glasses, and hearing protection are always a good idea and often required by your local ordinances, insurance, and facility regulations. During this video, we'll overview the controls, safety decals, and safe operation of the Pro-Core 648. General maintenance will also be covered. Please pay close attention so you can operate this aerator safely and not injure yourself or damage the machine or the turf. You'll want to become familiar with all the controls before you start the engine and operate the aerator. Here is your traction lever. To move forward, move the traction lever forward. To move rearward, push the traction lever rearward. You can only aerate with the lever in the down position. The farther you move the traction lever, the faster the aerator will move. To stop, release the traction lever. This is the raise, lower, engage switch. Press the top of the switch to raise the coring head. Press the bottom of the switch to lower and engage the coring head. The oil pressure warning light glows when oil in the engine drops below a safe level. If low oil pressure ever occurs, stop the engine and report the problem to your maintenance supervisor. Here is the parking brake lever. To engage the parking brake, move the lever toward the engine. To disengage the brake, pull the lever back. Always have the parking brake engaged when the machine is not in use. Here on the control console is your ignition switch, which is used to start and stop the engine. It has 3 positions: stop, run, and start. Rotate the key clockwise to the start position to start the engine. When the engine starts, release the key, and it will automatically move to the run position. To shut the engine off, rotate the key counterclockwise to the stop position. This is the choke. To start a cold engine, close the carburetor choke by moving the choke control all the way to the left. After the engine starts, regulate the choke to keep the engine running smoothly by moving it back to the right. The throttle control is located below the choke. When starting the engine, the throttle should be in the center or half-open position. When aerating, move the throttle all the way to the left to the full throttle position. When shutting down the engine, move the throttle all the way to the right. Let the engine run at low idle for a few seconds before shutting down the engine. This is your hour meter and engine tachometer. When the engine is off, The hour meter tachometer displays the number of hours that have been logged on the traction unit. When the engine is running, it displays the engine's RPMs. Here is your aerator spacing lever. This lever lets you select your desired aerator hole spacing and also has a transport position. In the compartment below is the battery, fuse block, and your aerator control module. The aerator control module monitors the electronic inputs and outputs of the aerator. It's used to show various electrical functions of the aerator and can be used to troubleshoot the unit. See the owner's manual for details. Here is the manual ground follow selector switch. This allows you to turn on or off the ground following and should only be used by your supervisor. The system reset switch is used to raise the coring head. If the aerator should become disabled, check your operator's manual for instructions on resetting this switch. This is the coring depth lever. The operator's manual will show you how to adjust the tine depth. The Toro648 is equipped with safety interlocks. To test the safety interlock system, to press the traction lever in either direction and try to start the engine. The engine should not crank. Next, with the engine running and the ProCore in neutral, you should not be able to lower the coring head. If either of these interlocks do not work, contact your maintenance supervisor immediately. One other safety item is the coring head service latch. This should be engaged like this. Whenever you're working on the coring head. A good example of this is when you would be changing tines. This service latch should also be engaged whenever the ProCore is not in use. Here is the 7.5-gallon fuel tank. You should only use unleaded gasoline in this machine. Always remember that gasoline is extremely flammable and highly explosive, so use caution when filling the tank, and never fill the tank indoors. Underneath the fuel tank, you'll find the fuel filter and fuel shutoff. To check the hydraulic fluid, lift off this cover and clean around the hydraulic fill cap. Take off the cap and remove the dipstick. The hydraulic fluid should be in this notched area. If not, contact your maintenance supervisor. Periodically, check all the lines for damage or leaks. Always use cardboard or a piece of paper to find hydraulic leaks. Hydraulic fluid escaping under pressure can penetrate your skin and cause injury, so use caution. When transporting the aerator, use the 3 tie-downs. There is one here on the steering handle, one on the upper left side of the machine, and one on the lower right-hand side of the machine. The 648 has jacking points here under the frame on both the right and left-hand side of the machine, as well as here on the steering column for the rear tire. If you should ever have to push or pull the aerator, you'll need to open this hydraulic bypass valve. Don't rotate the bypass valve more than one turn. You can push or pull the aerator no more than 100 feet and no faster than 1 mile per hour. The Toro Procore 648 is equipped with many safety and instructional decals. It's important that you read and understand all the safety decals in your operator's manual. There are many rotating parts in the 648 that can cause injuries to hands and other body parts. That's why it's very important to stop the aerator when bystanders are nearby. Always plan your aeration path before lowering the aerator. Never make sharp turns with the aeration head lowered. When aerating, all turns should be gradual so you don't tear up the turf. It's also a good idea to frequently look behind you to ensure the machine is operating properly and the alignment is maintained from the previous pass. Do not aerate if the ground is too dry or too hard. The best results are obtained after a rain or when turf has been watered the previous day. If something gets stuck in the aerator during operation, immediately disengage the coring head, lift the aerator, and move off the turf. Shut off the engine, engage the parking brake, install the service latch, and remove the foreign object with a stick or other tool. Never use your hand. Then report this to your supervisor. After daily use, you'll need to clean the Procore aerator. Thoroughly wash the machine using low water pressure. A brush can be used to remove caked-on material. After cleaning, inspect for machine damage, hydraulic oil leakage, or component and tine wear. Remember that accidents can happen to anyone. The most common causes are excessive speed, sudden turns, uneven terrain, not stopping the engine, and drugs that impair your alertness. Cold capsules, prescription drugs, alcohol, and other drugs may cause drowsiness or disorientation. Stay alert and stay safe. Failure to do so could result in serious injury. If anything sounds funny, feels different, or smells unusual, bring it to the attention of your maintenance supervisor immediately. Use common sense, and please remember the following points. Read the operator's manual. This videotape is not a substitute. The Toro Procore 648 is a powerful machine. Treat it with caution and respect. Practice under supervision until you're familiar with its operation. Use caution at all times and dress properly. Stop when people are near the operating area and bring the machine to your supervisor if anything seems unusual. Follow these simple procedures and the aeration process will run smoothly. I'm Bill Cooper. Thank you for your attention and for joining me for a look at the Toro Procore 648 aerator.